Good evening, everyone. It is Elizabeth back again, and I'm just here to kind of go over some new information that's been received from Legal Aid Ontario. Um, so, legal aid is for people that are either self representing and they're going into a situation where it can become very contentious or difficult, and they say, okay, I'm going to need a little bit of legal help on this, but I can't afford a lawyer. Now, previously, the eligibility was, I think it was around 25 $1,000, which served some people, but it didn't serve the other people that are really struggling as well. And so legal aid has increased their income eligibility, and now the income eligibility is $4,544 a year. So if you're doing your taxes and you are within that budget, you can qualify for legal aid. So when you're going into the portal to try and get into navigating legal aid, you're going to go to legalaidontario.ca. Right in front, it's going to show you click to apply now. It's going to give you some information like, are you new to Canada? Because there's different eligibility limits. It kind of is like a tiering system on how they're able to assist you. And really the best service that you can get is with the phone and speaking with the eligibility services through the phone. And if you're going through a domestic situation, if you're going through any sort of high conflict situation and you're scared about doing that alone and you don't have the money to generate support for you to have that matter resolved, it's in your best interest to look into the legal aid as a support network for you. So that's the number right here for you to call. You can go in person. And what's going to happen is you're going to be sent an email, and it's going to give you a username, a password, and you're going to try to start getting yourself set up by making sure that you have your tax documents, making sure that you have all of your proof of employment, so your previous pay stubs dating back to 2 weeks. Make sure you have all of that stuff already on file, ready to go and ready to be submitted into the portal or in their email, depending on how they're going to do it. You also want to make sure you have your ID and all of the other applicable information that goes along with that. So if you're a new immigrant, you're going to need your Canadian residency, your temporary Canadian card, the temporary pamphlet that you're given out at the beginning if you're still going through the process. And so you're going to want to have all of those things ready and applicable for legal aid to be able to assist you effectively. There is a live chat option where you can go in and you can put in your information. I'm just trying to see if it shows it here. Yeah, it's showing it there. No, it's not showing it yet. Maybe share this tab. There we go. So you can fill out the information in there and the email, and they're very good at responding on this chat. I've noticed that their response times are actually quite amazing for a very high volumed used service. So I would highly recommend you going on to this section here and going through all of that and putting your email address and all of that stuff and typing in your questions and whatever you have and those concerns there. They are, once again, very quick to respond, and I have had no problems working with legal aid when it comes to information and support and all of those things. So sometimes they call for a couple of things, like recent pay stubs, social assistance checks, employment insurance statements, those types of things. So make sure you have enough information so that they can file your papers correctly. And I'm really hopeful that this information is useful to you and that you now know that the changes for eligibility has increased to 45K. And I think once you click in to the Legal Aid of Ontario client portal, you'll get your information, you'll get your user ID, you'll get your password, you enter those things in, you press sign in, there will be a column showing you your file number. You're going to click on your file number and it's going to show you all your information, and it's going to show you a certificate. Sorry, I didn't share that. I'm going to share that with you now. It's going to show you a certificate here of the information that you can get with your username and your password, and then it's going to show you your client number in and around here, and you're going to click on it and it's going to show you your certificate, and that certificate you're going to submit to your lawyer or paralegal or your legal counsel that you're having for whatever the situation is that you require legal aid for. You're going to submit that to your legal counsel, and they will receive that document. Now, sometimes what's going to happen is the court is going to can potentially order somebody representing you on your behalf, and then at that point they will give them those certificate numbers because they will have it, or you will end up printing it off and sending it to that counsel that's taking on and managing that file. It's very rare, but it can happen in those cases. So I'm really hoping that all of this information is useful, and let me know if you have any other questions or comments about information that you as a self-rep litigant would like to know.